What's going on, Unbreakable Rogues? What's going on? This is the one of many videos that we are going to put out for the guys that want to do real estate. We have a big cup of coffee. This is what you're going to see. You are going to see how do you actually prospect knocking on people's doors in $1 million homes. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take some videos, and this is gonna be an actual, of course, to we're not gonna put the addresses of the homes. Literally, I live about 100 yards from multi-million-dollar properties, and the reason I want to do this is because if you go online and check, Grant Cardone, he did the Undercover Billionaire, right? And he covered himself in with a hat. He cut his hair, so he was like unconspicuous, right? So of course he had a camera crew behind it. So when he did this, and I'm not bashing, but like, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Uncle G, man. He's just basically our um the masters of masters, right? But the difference between what he did and what I'm going to do, it is there's no cameras. There's literally like you're going to see, like, I'm knocking people's doors and they don't know what they don't know my name. They don't know I'm going to introduce myself, and pretty much they don't know absolutely nothing about me. And we're going to be very, very, very specific. We're going to establish the relationship. We're just going to see if we can make connection, because at the end of the day, if you go back and see shows and read a lot of books, a lot of those people, they're going, people are afraid. A few hours ago, I was checking my Instagram, right? And I was going online on Facebook, and I think that the app had a glitch. And just pay attention, because this is very, very, very important. So I was browsing, and I was like, oh, I couldn't see, nothing. There was blank, and I went to my Facebook, and the same thing, right? And I was like, interesting. And that got me thinking. Times are changing incredible, so fast. And one of my, I'm a huge fan on Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. If one of those apps stopped working, or something that happened, I don't know, for 1, 2 days, 3 days, you'll be screwed. You'll be screwed, because I think the longer we depend of social media, we are all this work that you've been doing can be taken away just like that. And I'm joking. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Imagine that I have my business and I have orders coming in, and if I depend 100% of social media of my income, I'll be dead on the water. So old school guys, we need to go back and start talking to people. So, hey, let's knock, I'm this serious. I'm just gonna knock on these people's doors, and I'm just gonna offer my services. And I was just, how can I help you? That's I'm pumped. I'm pumped because I am going to show you right on the video. No, my channel is pretty small. I mean, I have like 200 followers and subscribers, and which I care about how many people can I help. I'm preparing a free course that I'm going to give for free. I'm going to have a lot of stuff that I'm going to give for free. but I'm excited to show you how years on developing and training, and just you just gotta be yourself. I think that just like, dude, hey, my name is Roberto, and I just want to, I just go offer my services. And they were like, well, what kind of services? Well, look, you know what? Uh, how can I do? How can I help you? Do you have any other house that I can? I have a. I can connect you with with a painter, with a plumber. What your wife is doing in any projects. But we got to establish rapport. They got to know that you are legit. You're not a hoop to hoop out of the neighborhood, and just you know you got to present yourself properly, right? So just like an informal video, but it got me thinking today, because nobody has done it. You see all the, how did they door to door, those salesmen, those the roofing company, and which is, they do an amazing job, by the way. How they get, like, shut down. Oh, I'm not interested. Oh, I'm not gonna talk to my wife. But if we are building rapport, if we are just be normal, I had one hater that he was putting some stuff on my YouTube, and it's like, that's the problem with social media. I don't care about what I care is how many people can I help, even if I have 200 good subscribers that actually enjoy the content and they utilizing for themselves, and I have a million things to learn. I am not a you know, it's just always things to learn. But what I do best, there's no one can prospect better than I do. In my office, I used to do financial services business, and I hold the record of people inviting, and just like, hey, we're just gonna do this meeting. Can you come over? And we used to go to the office and make appointments, and just like, hey, we can have this meeting, and this probably not for you, but just show up, man. At least we get to talk to, and there might be something that you enjoy, but you got to be a good invite. That's another episode of the Unbreakable Rogue series. So I think, to me, number one rule within anybody's life, just got to be normal. Just be you. Like, of course, I'm a huge Ohio State fan. Go Buckeyes. And people there's always people losers are going to always criticize you. Losers and all these, I have no clue. I was talking to my wife the other day about all these, like, people who like hate or comments, and I have this, and this basically says proven wrong. And what actually I got this from a movie, right? At the moment that I'm like, want to do something, as far as like, not thinking negative, but I'm like, if I feel that I'm going to, like, be a little bit judgmental of someone, I like, oh, automatically, like, it's just like, not a punishment, but every time I gotta think positive, right? So if there's something along the way that through the day, or let's say I'm knocking people's houses, and I'm like getting a little bit tired, and I just like, oh man, I mean, and you have to have energy, but it's just like, the mind creeps you, right? Like, oh my god, I had maybe another 10. Oh my god, it is. And when we're starting that self-negative talk, and when that started happening, and you're like, oh, and there's like, maybe one more call, come on, bro, and they just like start hitting yourself until finally, it's like, the carrot and the stick, right? So this is what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna ask permission to when I'm gonna knock the doors, and, hey, do you mind if and I'm gonna introduce myself, and after that, I'm just being me. And if you don't like what you hear, feel free to kick me out of your house. But my goal, it is, how can I help? How can if you're a painter, if you're a plumber, the only way you're gonna build relationship with all these people is start knocking people's houses. And there's watch it. There's the rules. Every neighborhood that you are in, make sure you check your. There's some places, of course, it's gated communities. You can't. There's some communities that you got to be careful. You can just because that could trigger a little bit of issues. But I think, in my point of view, if you are well dressed, like people are behind me, they play golf. So what do? I dress the part. I mean, I used to play a little bit of golf. I'm not a professional golfer, but what I'm going to do when I'm out, I have my polo shirt, my golf shirt, my golf pants. I have my shoes, good shoes, good tennis shoes, and a good hat. The shoes. I cannot stress enough, fellas. Go get a kick-ass sneaker shoes. I have these white Puma shoes, and they're white. So every time I go walking and they see you well dressed, they say, "Oh, this guy must be from the neighborhood." Even if you're not from the neighborhood, but you're well dressed, so you can be just a short and a nice golf shirt, and whatever the case might be. But if you are well dressed, people will accept you. Now, if you're all like dirty and I saw an ad a few days ago that this dude it really literally goes with the shoes. I mean, he owns a landscaping company and go talks to the homeowners. He dresses with dress shoes and dress pants, and the guy looks super sharp. You gotta look sharp, and you don't and the thing, guys, you don't need to be having this script going on and this like presentation going on and this you don't have to, right? Because just imagine that you have and people go to your door and they're like, oh my god, they want. But if you go utilize the other technique that I'm telling you about, is like, how can I help you? And you're like, who's this guy? How are you gonna help me? And you're gonna find some guys that they're just gonna want to talk to you, and they just tell you like, get out, right? Go ahead and go next. The fear of rejection. And you know why people are afraid to do that? Because when we are born, the first words that you actually hear is, oh no, be careful. Don't, it's dark, man. It's dangerous. Mom, can I have an ice cream? No. Can I have a car, Mom? No. No, no, no. So automatically we are programmed. I'm telling you, go watch a lot of those from Tony Robbins, the Graziosi. It's all these psychology that it's a huge, and there is a YouTube. There is tons about psychology, about they have free courses that you can take. But the programming that we are used to is we used to hear this word no, right? I mean, what they're gonna do to you? I mean, it depends where you are. If you're in a weird neighborhood, I mean, or what kind of neighborhood, but if you just go and just, well, yeah, you got to be careful, because the longer I don't know, it's just be careful, right? Just be careful. But when people start getting to know you, who you are in the neighborhood, they say, oh, this guy's doing a good job, man. Hey, if you see that guy with a red hat, man, this dude, blue hat, whatever the case might be, just be normal. Get your shoes straight. Shave. I shaved yesterday, so I look pretty decent. I look pretty clean. You gotta look fit. You gotta look fit. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta eat good. And if you smoke or vape, that's a no-go, man. That's disgusting, because you can smell. You gotta smell. And make sure. I'm telling you, you gotta smell good. My wife's like, why do you have so many colognes? Because I like to smell good. If I going out, I gotta smell good. I gotta go to hustle. So I'm gonna show you I'm going to show you in this channel, right? No filters, no editing. I'm just gonna film that's the difference between me and the rest of the YouTubers, because they like to, you know, edit the videos and put the sounds and the subtitles. No, I'm just gonna straight from the bottle to your throat, baby. Let's go. This is not excite you. Excite you. Make sure always, if you're outside, make sure drink a lot of water. Positive, positive mental attitude is one of the things that my wife is like, man, why do you have this, and I say, honey, is because I've been I'm considering myself a happy guy, regardless of on what's happening in anybody's life. You have to be uh you got to bet on yourself. And I'll tell you a quick story, before we leave. I hope you like the show, because this is true life, like I said, unfiltered, unhinged, unplugged. When I was I'm a huge I love football. I think I love basketball. I mean, I love sports, man. I love sports. But the passion for I have, I'm a soccer guy. I love soccer, or football, we call it. But basketball, there's something about basketball. I think because I was in the era of the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, um, Hakeem Olajuwon, Beer Lambier, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Johnson, all these stars back in the 80s, the 90s. So for me, I mean, there's something that stuck with me. But anyway, my mom passed away when I was 7, which, by the way, I've been sober for 3 years. I've been sober for 3 years. If you've been sober for a month, 2 months, for a day or two, congratulations, you are on your way. I come from a family of alcoholics, unfortunately, but you know what? I've been 3 years sober, and we all have our demons, but we keep fighting. We can just winning. Positive mental attitude. But anyway, so I lived with my grandma. So I was one day I feel like I just need to go to the court. So I grabbed my ball and I went to the court. I mean, a couple of 2 5 minutes from the house. And that day was one guy that we used to play basketball, and he was, hey, we just hitting some hoops, and he saw me like, ah, man, you got a little bit of, are you okay? So, the school is, a school, and I'm not doing well in school, man. I mean, it's just like, it's after one, I was having a struggle that day, right? Listen, because this is critical. This was I think that was a pivotal day on my entire life, because I'm glad I didn't listen to that dude. That's why I named myself the Unbreakable Road, and I'm going to tell you that story later on. So this dude has the audacity of telling me, I was 11, 12 years old. I don't know, that's a long time ago. And he said to me, why don't you just maybe tell your dad that you have a low brain capacity? And kind of, I mean, I was like, oh. So I was not paying attention. I was, we kept playing, but that kept with me. My father was traveling, because he did travel all the time, and of course my grades were like terrible. I mean, I went to a Catholic school, and just pretty much was bad, right? And well, my father passed away last year, and rest in peace. And we made my peace a long time ago. He used to beat me up, and but anyway, after after the beating, and maybe the day after that, it was a long, long time ago. Uh, I asked him, said, "Well, maybe I have a low brain capacity." And my father looked at me and was like, "Who in the world?" I mean, my father had alcohol problems, and but he had some moments on like he was there, and he's like, "Who in the world tells 11-year-old like you have a low?" We all have my father had learned 4 or 5 languages on his own. No school. I mean, he learned German literally from a book and a cassette tape, and just over and over and over until my father spoke so great in German that he was people from Germany thought he was from there. So my dad was pissed off at me, and so he said, "Dude, what are you talking about? Who?" And I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna do another beating just because. Of course, he didn't, but it was like, stop listening to other people. But this is critical because we have to be careful who in the world we're listening, because even your even your kids, who your kids are hanging around. And that's why I had a lot of issues with the school, because I was hanging around with the wrong people. So when I'm getting pumped. I'm getting pumped. I'm telling you, just because it's just like, and that's why I'm into helping other people, because we as men, we have to create this, and that's why we use social media, and we try to be an ambassadors of knocking people's doors, and just create as a look, I'm a good guy, man. You know, I'm the good guy because I don't care about what I'm care is, let me help you. And if you let me help you, if you think that we're gonna do business together, but at some point, I'm gonna do something. If you say, do what you want to do, but always keep your promises. So anyway, go back to the story. As I just stop listening to these people, because that is gonna pivot to your failure or your success. So keep moving forward, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you guys this. Unfilter, unhinge, unplug, real life. Let's do business. Untapped potential. You gotta dress good. Your shoes, you gotta look, all razor blade cut, man. Nice shades. Obviously, when you talk to someone, take your shades and look into the eye, and people will look. People will know right away if you are real or you're fake, and that's what you see in social media. I think 90% of what you see is fake. Only a very, very small number of people you can tell, what, the guy's probably nice, right? So I'm excited. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the day. Go watch this, because I'm telling you, stick around, and hashtag door knocking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Boom.